Hey everybody, welcome to Nerd Overload, the pop and geek culture show that, despite the entirety of the internet collapsing in on itself all around us, is still here.
Despite it all.
Everything.
Yep.
I'm Cody, and I miss websites.
I'm Sam, and I miss MySpace.
You could
I do.
You could customize it so much.
So many kids our age learned HTML because of that. And also Top 8. I like the idea of
telling people where they stand.
telling people where they stand. Yeah. Don't cross me. You'll come off the top 8.
I'm Josh, and I miss Flash Player.
Oh,
yeah, Flash Player.
Don't get me started.
There's some workarounds, but yeah. All right.
Mostly because, Homestar Runner was so ingrained into my old internet habits.
They've only put about 120 of the 200 episodes on YouTube.
Oh, that breaks my heart.
I have a feeling it's because a lot of them that they haven't done have the hidden stuff in it. And it's hard for them to convert that over.
But their website still works.
It still works.
They use they have like a Flash emulator running the whole thing.
Okay. It's fine. Yeah, It works okay. All right, so we have a great show for you this week. Thank you all for tuning in. We have a lot of things to go over, especially because it was San Diego Comic-Con last week, and boy, oh boy, there were some things, some good, some not so good.
People were there this time.
People were there. The things did happen.
The companies actually came to this one.
Hall H was a hoppin' and a poppin', and we're going to talk about it. But first, let's get into some things we have been checking out.
Check it out!
We have so much to talk about. We're skipping the clip. We got to jump right into it.
No sound effect.
No sound effect. So some things we've been doing. Do you want me to go first, or do you guys have something?
I mean, I got stuff, but you can go first.
No, you know what? I always end up going first. Why don't you go first?
I got a couple. I'll talk about a couple of Switch games.
Okay.
It's been a little bit, and I've forgotten to talk about it, but I did get the Princess Peach game.
Oh yeah, how is that?
Yeah, that's out. Okay.
It's cute. It's good. It's about what you'd expect. Honestly,
okay.
It's not breaking any new ground. It's not a super compelling video game experience, but it's fun enough. It's about like playing a Lego game, but it's Princess Peach.
Gotcha. Okay, that's cool.
And I mean, the different forms are fun and interesting. Some of them are more fun than others, but there's none of them wear out their welcome. There's like 3 levels apiece for each one. I
was going to ask if it's free change or if it's per level kind of thing.
It's per level.
Okay,
yeah.
That's kind of what I thought it was going to be.
You go into each individual play for each individual character. And
gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, it's good.
Cool.
I would not pay full price for it.
Okay, but it's Nintendo. It's a Nintendo first party,
so it'll never go down.
I forget how I did. I got it for like $40. I forget how I did.
Oh wow!
It was some Amazon sale or something.
Probably, yeah.
And it's worth $40 at least. I mean, I haven't finished it yet. I played a lot of it while I was on vacation, and I haven't gone back yet.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But yeah, it's fun.
Oh,
and
good.
It's cute, and the costume designs are fantastic, which I'm sure everybody who's been interested.
That's probably the highlight of it.
I mean, it's the cornerstone feature of the game,
right?
I also got on the cheap Dragon Quest Monsters.
Nice.
Oh,
for
cool.
the Switch.
Yeah,
it has a subtitle, but I'm forgetting what it was. I think the Dark Prince or something.
The Dark Prince. Oh yeah, sure.
That sounds right. Yeah.
It is a monster fighter collector, much like Pokemon, but the monsters are all the goofy Dragon Quest guys that are great.
I like the Dragon Quest monsters.
Yeah.
I think they're really cool.
I just love Dragon Quest in general. It's my favorite JRPG
series.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. And this is also pretty good. The battles are quick, and you can have direct control, like order the monsters around in most fights. But not like the big time arena battles. You can just give them vague, like, you are the attacker, you are the healer, you are, and then they go.
And then they go. Okay.
And it's fast enough where it works. And it's just a good, like, turn your brain off and walk around and make some choices and catch some monsters.
Gotcha. Is so the AI is smart enough that when you order them to do a certain thing, they don't like get stuck like like Donald Duck in Kingdom Hearts isn't going to keep wasting his most powerful magic on like healing you if you take 5 points of damage.
No, and during those big arena battles where you absolutely cannot directly control them, you get healed after every one. So,
cool.
So it's okay if they go all out because they get healed next battle.
Okay, good deal.
And it has monster fusion. You can fuse monsters together.
Hey,
and it has evolutions like Pokemon. So there's all kinds of like different choices you can make.
Little hooks to get you in there.
Is King Metal Slime in there? It's my favorite.
I'm sure he is. Okay. I haven't seen him.
Yeah.
And the story directly ties into Dragon Quest IV. Like, you are playing as the villain or one of the villains. It's been a long time since I played 4 of Dragon Quest IV, and it's kind of like how he gained control of monsters.
Interesting. Okay. Well, that's cool.
So it has a lot of interesting hooks, and it makes it easier to look over the fact that it looks like a PlayStation 2 game.
Well, you've pretty much sold me on it. That's actually pretty cool. Yeah. And I don't mind if it looks like a PS2 game.
Yeah,
I mean, if it's fun, it's fun. I don't care what games look like.
Exactly.
Really.
I'm just saying that's its flaw.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Well, Josh, do you have anything?
Well, I've been watching Kite Man, hell yeah.
Nice.
And we're on like 4 episodes.
Oh, I haven't seen 4 yet. I've seen 3.
Yeah, their 4th episode came out on Thursday. Continues to be good. That same kind of level of humor and stuff from like the Harley Quinn and everything.
Slightly funny DC is, I think, my favorite DC. It's got to have a little bit of humor, you know?
Yeah.
I loved the villain theme restaurant that opens up across the street. Yeah, Villigans.
And the fact that Bane saw a Bane waiter not serving correctly.
Yeah, it's not that he was being a bad Bane. It was that he was being a bad waiter.
That's so much like the Bane of that universe.
He's like, oh, he didn't bring refreshments to that two-top. And then he puts on an apron and starts doing
it himself.
Oh,
yeah,
God,
that's great.
It's so stupid.
Oh, cool.
But I watched Hitmonkey, Hulu's Marvel series.
Oh, yeah.
I did not realize until it got a second season.
Yeah, it just did.
Yeah, so, I've actually had passing familiarity with one of the animators on that. Shannon Maynor.
Okay.
Yeah, I've talked to her a few times online, and that's actually those Power Ranger stickers that I have up on the wall as like a little display thing. Yeah. That's some of her art.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Hitmonkey's a pretty solid show. I've watched quite a few episodes of it.
I went back, I rewatched the whole thing. I blew through both first and second season.
Mm-hmm. Jason Sudeikis is like the human character, right?
He's Bryce, yeah. The human assassin that crosses paths with a troop of Japanese snow macaques. And
you can't say that word on the show.
He trains one to be an assassin, right?
Yeah, sort of.
Because he dies, right? He's a ghost.
Yeah. He gets double crossed in a job, and he dies, and somehow his soul gets attached to
the Hitmonkey.
The Hitmonkey. Yeah. It's crazy because that was originally a comic as well.
Yes.
Hitmonkey is in the Marvel universe.
Yes.
He fought Deadpool.
You put a monkey on a comic book cover and it sells.
That's
Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that.
The trade paperback Blood, Bullets, and Bananas is on my Amazon. It's been on there forever.
And it's the best because he wears a little suit.
Yeah, a little suit and sunglasses.
It's very good.
But no, the show is good. I enjoy it. I mean, it is bloody and violent, and some of the jokes that Bryce makes are hilarious. He's almost like Archer in a way. He's like,
he's
always quipping.
There's a lot of Archer in that show. It feels like.
Yeah.
Oh, I started season 2 of Superman. I haven't finished it.
But how far are you?
I think 3 or 4 episodes in.
Okay.
I just watched the Amertech one with the Metallo robots.
Yeah.
It was very good. They draw good robots. Well, they're very anime robots, which is why they're good-looking robots.
Good. Sure.
I love the way Brainiac looks.
I haven't gotten to Brainiac yet.
It's such a good design.
Every time I watch that show, as the credits start rolling, I'm like, man, that's a good show. Every time.
I know. It's not fair. It's so good. At some point, it's going to stop.
Yeah, it looks like it's one of those shows that we're lucky we have it because it feels like the WB is going to take it away at any second.
Oh, yeah. Well, Zaslav, he hates fun and he hates comic books. I'm honestly surprised he hasn't canceled the DC live action universe yet.
Well, they just signed James Gunn to be their Kevin Feige.
It hasn't had a chance to make infinite money yet.
Yeah.
Once it doesn't make infinite money because nothing does.
Nothing does. Sure.
Then they'll stop it.
Yeah.
That's why that's why Disney buys everything.
That's why we're going to get one good modern Superman movie, and
you know
then
what? It'll do great, but it won't do infinity money.
It won't do infinity. So, yeah.
Anyway, what's your check it out?
Okay, so you guys have been doing all very good things, very good, fun things that you enjoy, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So I have many things on my media server that I can watch. A lot of it is very, very good. I could be watching shows like Almost Human, which I loved.
Oh God,
I've been meaning to go back through and watch that.
I still grieve.
Yes, I could go and watch some Mystery Science Theater. There's like 13 seasons of that. However,
probably new episodes you've never seen.
New episodes. Yeah, the 13th season. I haven't watched all of those yet. However, instead, I decided to spend my fleeting time here on this bright blue and green orb watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coming out of their shells.
Oh, no.
Oh,
you did
musical tour.
You did briefly mention you had found this.
I found it last week, and I watched it. And listen, I want to start off by saying I am not the target audience. Listen, I'm a middle-aged man who watched this on his cell phone at 2 a.m. while at work. As intended.
Yes, that's where you watch most children's stage musicals.
Absolutely. Yeah, you know, just like it's supposed to. I'm a childless 30-something who watched a children's musical. It's from 1990 and
prime turtle time.
Prime turtle time, and I am not being hyperbolic when I say I wish I had a time machine so I could go back in time and hate the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles retroactively.
Wow.
It is one of the worst things I have ever seen in my entire life, and I don't think that is solely because I'm an adult. I probably would have hated this thing as a kid as well. For one thing, it's an hour and a half long. That's too long for kids. My mom takes my niece to see Disney on Ice. She's taken them the last couple of years. And the one thing that she has said more than anything else, she said it's really good, that sort of thing. But it is exactly 1 hour. Because at that point, kids' attention span start disappearing. An hour and a half with a convoluted plot involving Shredder using a machine to create a black hole to absorb all of the world's music to open a gateway to bring Krang from another dimension.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's several dimensions of several Krangs to choose from.
There's, just like the Marvel Universe.
As long as he's not pulling any Kangs out of there,
well,
then we should be fine.
Only Kodos. Yeah. I voted for Kodos.
Oh, you should have saved that joke for later.
I should have. But you know what? It fit right there as well. So the Turtles sing a lot of songs. The songs make no sense.
Does each turtle get their own?
Not really. It's mostly Michelangelo.
Fair enough.
He is the party dude.
He is the party dude. He has a rap.
Of course.
That the rap is, I would say, on the same level as, my name's Michelangelo and I'm here to say I am rapping in a major way. It's about that level. The energy of the show reminded me of like power lifters for Jesus when they would come to your elementary school and put on a
Terraform looking hat.
Yeah. I honestly was waiting every song and like every like break between each song they would have like a little speech or whatever. And every time I was just waiting for them to say, we were mutated with ooze
in his image.
but you know what can mutate you into a better person? The J-Man upstairs.
Here's our cool youth pastor to come out.
It's terrible. You know what? I stopped. I took notes for about the first 20 to 30 minutes.
Boy, you prepared for this.
I did. I gave up taking notes after about 20 minutes because I couldn't.
He went in knowing this was going to be
I knew this was going to be bad. In those 20 minutes, I had to stop 3 times
to throw up
because I needed to sit in silence. And this is not because I was at work and I was doing things. I had a relatively light evening the other night. But
it's the seething rage.
And not even that, just like dumbfounded
disappointment.
Yeah, I mean, I knew what I was getting into. But like, it was just okay.
The bar was low. We didn't realize it was that low.
This bar is subterranean.
One song sounds like a legally distinct, crappy version of "I Want a New Drug."
Of course, you got to have your Huey Lewis knockoff.
So Splinter, before his big song, which happens at the beginning, rambles about nothing in a borderline insensitive accent.
Oh, of course, yeah.
He's the only one that has. So Splinter or Shredder doesn't have the Japanese accent. Shredder's mask, like the faceplate is so far down you could see his entire face because he's an actor. You've got to get that face time.
Yeah, he's got to emote with his eyes.
Mm-hmm. Splinter has an interpretive dance. Although I guess technically they're all interpretive dance because all of the music is being played over speakers. The turtles aren't actually saying anything. They're, the actors are just miming. Now, I will say the suits, the costumes were awful because they're wearing they look like they're wearing ripped up Canadian tuxedos. A bunch of like jean shorts, jean shirts, vests, bandanas. The only costumes that have been worse were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Next Mutation. The suits themselves, they do have articulate mouths. So that's something.
That's not nothing.
And they can kind of move around a little bit. Splinter's song, it felt like it took 10 years to get through because it was like a really slow ballad about how there's, you throw a rock into a river and it creates ripples and the ripples bump into each other to create other ripples. And children, why don't you be the rock that creates the ripples?
It's snowing on Mount Fuji.
It's snowing on Mount Fuji. The thing is, his singing voice sounds like Lee Greenwood. And I'm proud to be a Ninja American. Shredder's big henchman, it's not Bebop, it's not Rocksteady, it is Baxter Stockman pre-Fly, and he minces around the stage like he's in a production of Cats.
Wow.
That's where I stopped taking notes because it was just so bad. Also, so this was a heavily produced, so it had a lot of Dutch angles and like cool zoom-ins and stuff. This was like an official VHS.
So they were going to sell a VHS at some point.
Oh, they did.
Oh,
this is a VHS rip.
Oh, why did I think it was lost media?
No. It's this is a VHS rip, but it was clearly the intermission because there was a guy interviewing a bunch of kids in the audience about stuff, and they were all they were terrible. They would every once in a while cut to the audience, but it was always quick because these kids looked bored and like confused and like peeing their pants because they're two. But I did a double take when the guy was interviewing kids because I was like, I recognize the guy doing the interviews. Turns out it is David Ruprecht, the host of the 90s game show Supermarket Sweep.
Was he wearing a ridiculous sweater?
No, unfortunately, he did have a ridiculous tie. He was wearing an oversized tan jacket, suit. He looked like
that music video.
Yeah, he looked a little bit like David Byrne, but with a very loud tie. But yeah, David Ruprecht. Boy, oh boy, it was terrible. It was just awful. And I'm going to play this for you guys. We're going to cut. I'm going to play this for you guys. I might even leave it in the show. I don't know. But this show did give us one bit of absolute cringeworthy comedy because it led to one of the worst interviews Oprah ever did.
Oh, I've seen this.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Guys, let me ask you this. Do you sometimes wish that April was a turtle?
Whoa, definitely.
Conceptually, that works for me.
I've been trying to...
Where you going?
Oprah.
Man, I cracked myself up.
Oprah, I've been trying to talk her into an interspecies relationships for months now.
Whoa, man.
And she won't do it,
She can't hold her breath.
No, she can't do it.
The biggest problem is she can't hold her breath long enough,
Yeah. Oh, it was so bad.
Wow.
Oh.
That was a good April.
It was a good April. Yeah, no, it was a fine April. I mean, in the show, all she did was screech like some kind of barn owl about how Shredder's coming, and then the turtles were like, "Oh no, Shredder's not here! Oh, I can't do it. Here's another song, guys." And then there was a fight scene. Oh my God, there was a fight scene with the foot ninjas, and it was shocking how bad. I mean, clearly the suits were made for gyrating on stage, not for actual kung fu.
For ninja stuff, for these ninja turtles to ninja do.
I don't know. The next mutation was really, really bad.
No, you don't. You don't know. They did release an album, by the way.
Oh man, if only we still played songs during the break.
Yeah, right. Well, Kevin Eastman would come after us, and
I don't want people to know about this. Stop it! Stop it!
Turn it off!
Lord,
Turn it off!
Deep hurting.
Really turn into that scene from Clockwork Orange.
Oh yeah. That's how I felt last night. It was So yes, that's what I did with my time.
Okay.
You need a time machine to go back and slap yourself.
Now do the Pokemon one.
Is there a Pokemon one?
There's a Pokemon one.
Okay, I'll find it.
It was lost media. I think they found it.
Okay, if I can find it, I will look it up and I will try to watch it.
But there is a Pokemon one, and I think at the end they fight Mew 3. I could be wrong.
3. Oh no. Oh gosh. All right, well, hey, on that note, let's go ahead and take a break, dudes.
Cowabunga.
Bummer.
My grandpa have a radio show. It's called Long Play. He just plays old records. I'm not sure what that is, but they make Grandpa really happy. If you like old records, you can listen with Grandpa if you want to. Friday nights at 11 and Saturday afternoons at 3. Right here on WZMO.
Hey everybody, we're back. I would already like to issue a correction. It's not Mew 3, it's Mecha Mewtwo.
Mecha Mewtwo, okay.
In the Pokemon Live stage musical for children.
All right, okay. And it is available on YouTube, so for next week, I will watch it. But then after that, I gotta find something good, because you can't live on trash alone.
You can't live on live stage performances of children's TV shows.
Although, you know what? I do have the Toxic Avenger the musical.
Well, that's probably good.
That I can pull up, and that's probably pretty okay.
Netflix has the Shrek one.
Oh, I've watched the Shrek one. Donkey is terrifying.
Shrek is terrifying. I've seen pictures. It's not good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's bad. But you know what's not bad? The news segment.
Except for the news in it that's bad, which some of it is.
Some of it's bad, yeah. We should probably talk about some good things before we get into the bad, because, again, it can't be Sam gets mad about things the show.
I don't know. I feel like that's just what we do sometimes.
The Creature Commandos trailer released not too long ago, and it's very good.
It is really good. Yeah, I am excited for Creature Commandos. I've always loved the weird monster side of DC. It doesn't get enough play.
Maybe we should more specify what Creature Commandos is.
Oh,
for
sure.
Other
so
people.
in this show, it is a section of, it's basically like Task Force X or the Suicide Squad. Amanda Waller, Viola Davis is in charge of them, but instead of superhumans, they are...
Or just regular humans.
They are basically spins on fantasy monsters. The comics led by Frankenstein, who is not like the classic Frankenstein. He's actually he's like the Adam Frankenstein from the original
He's the
book.
real Frankenstein.
Yes, he's very smart, very erudite. He's almost speaks like too properly. because he's been alive since the 1800s. His ex-wife, the Bride of Frankenstein, who hates him and is more modern than he is. This one has Weasel, who was in the Suicide Squad.
Yes, the second, the good one.
Yes.
The good live action Suicide Squad.
And Weasel was played by Sean Gunn.
Yeah.
So, of course, I got to get him in there. Dr. Phosphorus, who was a Green Lantern villain.
I don't remember.
I believe he was a villain from a big superhero, but he's been kind of turned into this energy being guy.
He's a flaming skull man.
Yes, basically.
I thought it was Blight from Batman Beyond.
He looks a lot like him. Yeah.
He looks just like him.
It's a good design, though.
How else do you do, Radiation Man if you don't have a black skeleton with green flames around you?
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
All the designs for all the characters are really good that they've shown.
They really
so
are.
Far.
It looks like there's an incredibly nervous mer-woman, or like a creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, some kind of
gill woman.
A gill woman. Yes, thank you. Am I missing any?
Probably.
Oh, G.I. Robot.
Oh, yeah, G.I.
Robot, who I love. I love G.I. Robot. He's from when they did World War II comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's definitely a deep pool.
Yeah, but he's great. And he seems like he's going to be almost like, what's his name? Alan Tudyk's robot from
KTSO.
Rogue One. KTSO, yeah. Yeah, he seems like it's that kind of personality a little bit.
I hope so, because K2SO is my favorite character from Rogue One.
Yeah. But yeah, Creature Commandos looks great, and I hope it's a hit.
It looks like another W in the column for DC animated shows that continually are good.
They're all good. They haven't missed in a good while.
No, not at all. Even some of the really weird ones, like Batman and Harley Quinn.
At the very least, they're okay.
Yeah.
There hasn't been really a bad one
Killing
yet.
Joke was pretty bad.
Because of the Batgirl thing.
Yeah. If they didn't have the opening Batgirl part, I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah, it would have been fine.
It would have been fine.
But also, it would have been like 4 minutes long.
Yeah, but the animation's really good.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't knock it for that.
But also, The Killing Joke is a very short graphic novel.
Maybe it should have just been an animated short.
Yeah, no, I agree. All right, talking about Batman stuff, they showed off a little bit of the Penguin limited series that is coming out
on HBO Max.
On HBO Max. It takes place like 1 week or a couple of days after the Robert Pattinson Batman.
Yes.
And apparently it's going to bridge the gap between the first and second Batman movies. So surprise, there's a second Batman movie coming.
Yeah, they kind of announced that a while ago.
Oh, okay. So I haven't heard too much about that. But I liked the Robert Pattinson Batman.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I didn't think I would, but I really did.
Yeah. I don't know if it will fit in with James Gunn's...
I think this is
going to be a different kind of thing.
I think this is a whole separate universe.
Good.
Kind of how like the Nolan ones don't tie into anything else.
Good. This is a Batman that it would be weird for him to fight Clayface. For example, the James Gunn Batman will be a kind of Batman that'll be good. Yeah, Clayface acting.
The Harley Quinn Clayface.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You mean the best Clayface?
The best Clayface. Yeah. Although the Batman the Animated Series Clayface was that Clayface two-parter was maybe my favorite 2 episodes of Batman the Animated Series.
The animation in that is so good.
Oh yeah, when he starts freaking out at the end and switching from one to the other. Oh,
TMS was really banging on all cylinders there.
Really were,
I would not be surprised when Gunn does do his connected Batman that it isn't heavily inspired by the Bruce Timmiverse.
I hope so. Because
I bet he puts a little bit of 66 in there too, though.
Yeah. Maybe he'll do the Bat 2C or something.
Yeah.
Do we want to do one more good one before we get into the not so good ones?
Is the Power Rangers auction a good one?
I could talk about it and turn it into a good one.
Okay.
So Hasbro, who currently own the Power Rangers franchise, they have no plans, immediate plans for doing anything new with the franchise, meaning that for the first time in 30 odd years, there is no Power Rangers show on air or currently being worked on. They're also ending the current run of the comic books, although It's coming back. They're unifying. They're starting a new storyline. They're unifying it. It's going to be the new number one.
That's too easy of a moneymaker for them.
It really is. It is.
And it works well in a comic media.
Yeah. And there's no toy. You walk down the toy aisle of a Target or anywhere like that. There are no Power Rangers toys. So it seems like they're kind of slowing down production on the thing. And during go ahead.
They got to make everybody want it again.
That's going to be my ultimate point. One of the things that they announced during San Diego Comic-Con is they are going to be auctioning off or are currently auctioning off 30 years worth of sets, surviving suits and props and everything. And people online, especially Power Ranger people, who are some of the most insufferable people.
I don't know. Star Wars fans are pretty bad too.
Oh, Star Wars are worse. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I think there's a pretty heavy overlap with that.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Venn diagram all the way down.
The worst Power Rangers fans are the ones who don't engage with the Japanese side of the medium that is basically is the Power Rangers.
Sure. And I mean, you can enjoy one and not the other. Just don't be a jerk about it online. But that's the problem. Everyone's a jerk about it online because everyone's a jerk about everything online, I suppose. But anyway, a lot of people online are taking this as, oh my God, Power Rangers, it's never coming back. They're destroying our childhood. How could they? And I don't know. I am taking a more rational approach to this because one, most big franchises go through a period after every now and then they stop making Batman movies and then they don't do any more. After the Christopher Reeve Superman movies, how long was it before Man of Steel? A really long time. Properties have breaks. The only difference is Power Rangers, for the first time, is having that break and people aren't ready for it. That's one. Two, I seriously doubt Hasbro, who love money more than anything, are going to own a property that is easily recognizable to people and just sit on it and not make money on it.
They're not Nintendo.
They're not. Right. Yeah.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
You're right though. But no, they're not going to just sit. They're not going to go, oh, we don't like this property, so no one is going to get it. If anything, they would sell it off to someone else, like the dusty mummy that is Haim Saban. We'll sell it back to him more than, if they're going to do anything.
So he can buy it back for the second time?
Yeah. Or sell it to Nickelodeon or something like that. Or some company.
Disney had it at one point.
Disney had it, but Disney did bad with it.
Disney doesn't know what to do with that. When have they made a children's action show, the non-animated action show? Never. Yeah. They don't know how to handle
I would love
that.
Power Rangers to come back as animated, honestly. They could do so much more with it. But that is beside the point. The third thing, with them selling off
these old props
and stuff, one, most of those props were foam latex, which after 30 years or so, they're falling apart if they weren't already blown up. Two, they are just taking up space in a warehouse.
They're literally just rotting.
It's not like they were using the original White Ranger suit to make new things. It's just been sitting in a box. And if someone can enjoy it as opposed to no one enjoying it, I would much prefer that. Now, I wish they went to a museum. I wish they went somewhere that can be displayed
and appreciated by everyone.
By the masses. However, if it's between this and being thrown in a dumpster,
which is what it is,
I would much rather see people who have them continue to have them.
Yeah, and a lot of the props, they're not going to put them in a museum because it's like, I don't know, Zed's left foot. Nobody's going to go to a museum to see that. There is
a full Zed suit, though.
Somebody would go see that.
Someone would see that.
That could be in the Smithsonian.
Yeah, a number of the suits
or a traveling prop show thing.
But you can't open a Power Rangers wing to a museum. Nobody's going to do that.
But it could be like a Kosai traveling thing.
Yeah, exactly what I was saying.
Make it like a traveling imagination station, whatever. A lot of their suits did make it through, but they aren't worn by the main actors. They're mostly stunt suits. Because the main actors they have a lot of their own. They were able to kind of keep some of their stuff. Yeah, I am not nearly as torn up about this as most people are. If Power Rangers disappears for 5 years, or 10 years even,
it could be good for it.
And come back, that's going to garner more interest because people are going to be like, it's back after 10 years.
It worked for Doctor Who.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So I'm not worried about this. I'm sad to see some of this history go to private collections. Fine. Okay. But at least they're not being thrown away.
And a lot of private collectors let museums show their stuff.
Yeah.
Or it will eventually go to a museum.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, when the private collector dies and their family's like, what do I do with this stupid Power Rangers costume?
Exactly.
Auction it.
And it's not like
it'll auction again.
It's not like these people are going to spend $45,000, which is how much the White Ranger suit was going for. $45,000. It's not like, I mean, I could pay off my house with that.
I know. I hate rich nerds.
Yeah, but it's not like they're going to buy it to wear it around on Halloween.
Yeah,
it's going to go in a glass case, and people are going to look at it and go, holy cow, that's the White Ranger suit.
They're not going to put it on and fart in it.
No, they're not.
Besides, they probably already own a cosplay suit anyway.
And also, they're not going to spend $45,000 to burn it.
Yeah.
No.
Well, if someone like Logan Paul would have done it, maybe he would have done that. But like most people wouldn't do that.
They're going to people who are going to take care of them, unlike Hasbro, who would have put them in a dumpster.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm not concerned with it one bit. It's
just the weirdest collection of just ends and odds too. Like
because most things have either degraded to the point where they're unrecognizable, or they were blown up. So you have like. Yeah, a foot or like an arm or like half a face of something.
A Zeo belt buckle.
Oh boy, I can get the original vest for a Z putty. Whoop-de-doo. I mean, no. If it were available and
reasonably
priced, that would be kind of awesome. However,
like a bison dollar?
Yeah, like a bison. Yeah, like a bison dollar.
Like a bison dollar.
Yeah. But so let's move on to something else because I'm getting worked up.
Uzumaki finally has a date on it.
Oh yeah,
which is odd because we were just talking about it a couple weeks ago.
We were. As a reminder, this is a animated, semi-animated adaptation of the Junji Ito horror comic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Adult Swim is doing it. They've been working on it for, 5 years.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, there's a little trailer on it. You should watch it because it's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And it's coming out in September, late September, I believe.
Late September. I'm surprised they didn't wait till October, but late September.
It's just in time for spooky season.
Yeah, get you in the mood for it. But it's going to be spooky. It's going to be weird.
Yeah.
Uzumaki's one of the good ones. One of the really good ones. They're all good ones.
I'm so excited to see Junji Ito done justice in an animated form.
Yes, instead of his live-action Uzumaki movie, which is okay, not... It's okay, but not great. We talked about that last week.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. You want to do some trailers? Like The Crow? It
wasn't so much a trailer.
It was just a scene.
It was a scene.
Weird.
And it was bad.
With Skarsgård?
Yep.
The It guy, the guy that played Pennywise in the new It. I don't like it.
He doesn't look like the Crow. He hardly looks gothy at all.
Yeah.
He just looked like a dirty dude with a gun.
You don't have a guy yelling, "Fire it up! Fire it up! Fire it up!" No, it's... The Crow worked because it was overly dramatic and kind of campy, and this doesn't look like either.
Which is goth as hell.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But no, I'm not sold yet. I need to see a little more to see if it's going to be okay.
The clip looked like it could come out of any random action movie of all time.
Yeah.
Nothing about it said Crow.
No, not at all. But we'll have to watch it.
What if they did a Crow movie, but they replaced the Crow with Crow T Robot?
That would be great.
I would watch that movie.
Yeah, making quips while going after folks. Yeah, there we go. Avenging the death of Tom Servo.
Aw.
I know. Right?
It doesn't have to rain all the time.
Boy, it's raining so much here. Wish it would stop. All right. There's a trailer for the Like a Dragon Amazon Prime show.
Yeah, the is it live action?
Yeah.
Yeah, live. I couldn't tell from that trailer.
There's not much to it.
It was a lot of tattooing happening.
Yeah,
Yes,
they were
a lot
tattooing
of
the dragon.
CGI tattooing.
It's going to be really hard for them to hit the accurate tone of a Yakuza / Like a Dragon game because they have such a unique tone.
Well,
to
they're
them.
they're so diametrically opposed. The main storyline is always super serious, over the top serious, and the side content is goofy BS.
Also, the fighting between the stories is also pretty ridiculous.
Oh yeah, you can pick up a bike and just slam it into people.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of faith in them to capture that tone because it is so unique to the series.
That first trailer, it looks very serious, and I didn't see Pocket Racer. I didn't see Nugget the chicken, who is also a real estate agent. I didn't see that orange guy mascot that he wears for a scene. There was no Majima.
He wasn't holding a baby and then got in a fight, so he handed the baby off to a stranger and then fight and then take the baby back.
Yeah, there was not a single scene of him texting a webcam girl.
Yeah, he didn't go to a hostess club and meet Kason.
Yeah. So I don't know.
You didn't help a bunch of rockabilly gangsters
Learn how to be real punks.
Yeah. He didn't have an existential crisis about whether or not he should buy a porno magazine for a child because he asked really nicely.
I love these
out of a
games.
vending machine.
Out of a vending machine, of course. I don't know. Like a Dragon, it needs to be goofy. I think give us serious, and every third or fourth episode, make it something stupid.
Do the pocket racer episode.
Or you know what? I even take, there's a huge fight scene and they break into a warehouse and Pocket Racer is happening in there. I would be fine with that.
And then there's an episode that's 3 hours long and it's just him at the batting cages trying to get the best score possible.
Yeah. Do we want to go ahead and jump into
do we want to get
the big one?
Yeah,
Let's hit the big ones then.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. The big one, and my hackles are up. I'm ready to get angry
my
again.
jimmies are rustled.
Ooh, I've got opinions.
So Marvel did a big Hall H thing this year, and they announced a couple of things. They showed off a little bit.
It was like some Thunderbolts.
There was Thunderbolts, although they don't explain why it's Thunderbolts with an asterisk at the end. I'm sure it's going to mean something else.
It has some big, long, awful name like the Harley Quinn Birds of Prey movie.
Oh, yeah. The Emancipation of
Harley Quinn.
Of one Harley Quinn.
Yeah, something like that. They showed off a couple clips from Captain America, New World Order,
And Fantastic Four.
Yeah, there was some.
I want to see those clips. They need to put those clips on the internet.
I agree. Harrison Ford was there, and he did not give a single care about.
Oh yeah.
What was one? They asked him like who would win in a fight, Captain America or Red Hulk or Indiana Jones, and he's like, "You should be embarrassed for asking that question. I absolutely don't care, but thank you for your input."
Yeah, he always says thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you for the opportunity. Yes, it was great.
I saw a clip of him also. They asked him if there was a popcorn bucket for this movie, what would it look like? And he's like, why are you asking me about this? What's a popcorn bucket? And they show him the Deadpool one. He looks shocked for a minute and then goes, no, I'm not doing this. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah.
Walks away.
And just walks away. Yeah. But the really big one is, so they the main Avengers movies are pivoting away from Kang the Conqueror for very good in-universe and also out-of-universe reasons.
Yeah.
Kang in the movies is a punk who got beat by Ant-Man by himself. And in real life...
Not even Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, no.
It was just Ant-Man.
It was just Ant-Man. And in real life, Jonathan Majors is a terrible person. And I could say that without saying allegedly because he was convicted.
Yeah.
That's not an allegedly. He's a bad man. So they're pivoting away, and they've decided that Dr. Doom is the big villain now.
Yep, and they announced the 2 next Avenger titles.
So originally it was
The Kang Dynasty?
Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, and now it's Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. starring Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom.
Not Iron Man.
Not Iron Man.
That's right. We're going back to that well.
It feels so desperate. It feels incredibly lame and desperate.
On both parties.
Yeah.
Because when it got announced and the memes started rolling out, I saw one where somebody had Krusty the Clown and they just drove up with a dump truck full of money to my house.
Well, he said that the only way that he would come back is they would have to offer him an ungodly amount of money,
which they did.
And now he's back.
And he also said that the Russo brothers would have to direct the movies.
And so they got them back, which, hey, they're Ohio boys. They do a good job, but it seems, again, very, very desperate on Marvel's part and more importantly, Disney's part, because they're like, okay, these Phase 4 films are not doing quite as well. And instead of going, well, maybe you're confusing the fan base because it's multiverse stuff and no one really cares because these are people that don't matter in the main thrust of things. Maybe we should have stopped at Endgame because that felt like an actual ending, and all of this seems like
it has the word "end" in it.
Yeah, and all of this feels like prologue or
the opposite of epilogue.
Epilogue. Thank you.
This is New Game Plus.
Not even that, because New Game Plus is fun.
Now it's New Game Plus because the same character is back.
Yeah. And they're going, okay, what's the secret sauce? Well, the Russo brothers and Robert Downey Jr.
But also that was before the superhero fatigue.
Yeah. I know you shouldn't expect high art from your superhero movies, but these choices are so artistically bankrupt.
There are so many actors in the world that could play Dr. Doom.
And so many directors that could make an interesting superhero team-up movie.
Yeah, but instead, no, we got to trot out old Sherlock again and the Russo brothers and
old Dr. Doolittle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dr. Doomlittle.
Oh, I forgot.
Dr. Doomlittle.
Yes. They would like you to forget about that awful Dr. Doolittle movie where he gets pooped out by a dragon or something weird.
Something like that. No, I prefer the Eddie Murphy ones, you know.
But yeah, I came out of Deadpool, and the minute I got online and I saw that news article, and I was like, no.
It was like all the energy left your body. It was like the air releasing from a balloon.
It's like the anime ghost coming out of
your mouth. Your soul
Yeah,
escaped.
right. Yeah, absolutely. So, we all saw Deadpool. We're not talking about it this week because it's
still too
brand new, and everybody should go out and watch it. It's very, very good. As I've said on the show before, I have had superhero fatigue very badly.
We all have.
But walking out of Deadpool, I was like, oh man.
Yeah, we're back, baby.
I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to go back and catch some of this stuff and get caught up. And then I saw the Dr. Doom news, and it's all interest has left my body. Not saying that I don't like Robert Downey Jr. That's not the problem. The problem is they're going back to the well, and it's going to be multiverse Tony Stark is evil and a Dr. Doom, and there's multiverse whatever, and it's just going to be a convoluted mess.
If they don't do a multiverse thing, then it's just stupid. It's just like, why do you even bother then?
The other theory I thought I thought about, and if they did this, oh my god, it would be wild if they did this. So what if he's not really Dr. Doom? He is a Doombot with Tony Stark's face to mess with the Avengers, and then he gets killed or whatever at the end of the movie, and then they were like, oh, he's not human, he's a robot, and the strings are being pulled by the real Dr. Doom.
So they pull a Mandarin.
Yes, pull a Mandarin.
So the thing they already, once again, they're doing a thing they already did.
That would be acceptable to me.
They've double faked us on the Mandarin twice now.
Yeah.
That would be acceptable to me. The other thing I would accept is, and this would never happen in a million years, I'm realistic thinking here, but if Doom never removed his mask and it's just Robert Downey Jr. playing a completely different character, and
maybe he does a different voice.
Maybe he does a different voice. They do different things, and it's completely different. And they never mention there's no mention of him looking like Tony Stark, completely separate character, I'm fine with that. That's not what's going to happen.
I mean, that's stuff like that's happened before, where an actor plays multiple characters. In
Sure.
the MCU.
Oh yeah, but
or a different actor takes up another role, like Harrison Ford is doing.
Well, that's because unfortunately that guy died.
Yeah.
There wasn't really an option.
Terrence Howard, though.
Yeah, Terrence Howard's a jerk,
but they replaced him with no fanfare.
I mean, Edward Norton too.
Sure,
but we can all agree they've made the right decision there.
Most of those.
Mark Ruffalo is always a value add.
Yes,
and the thing that kills me is Doom is one of the most complex villains in Marvel, and 2, he is one of my all-time favorites.
Sure.
It's also one of the best video games ever made.
You can play it on anything.
It's true.
Yeah.
It really broke my heart. It really did. It was the most soulless thing I've seen in a long time. It's worse than stunt casting.
For something you shouldn't expect a ton out of, it's still extremely disappointing. Like, it's really saying something like
it really honestly feels like it's a slap in the face to the emotional buildup of the previous, Avengers stuff.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
To like I get that he makes money and he's popular and people miss him, like seeing him in the MCU and stuff.
I really don't either.
Exactly.
I love Iron Man. I thought he was great, but I got enough.
Before the first Iron Man movie, Iron Man as a character in popularity was B tier at best.
B tier. Yeah. The
At
Avengers
best.
were B tier.
Yeah.
With all things, I will wait and see to pass judgment.
I'd love to be surprised.
I would love to be surprised. However, my expectations are so low and I almost don't care. It's a shame.
There's another theory too, but it's too Deadpool centric to
get into. And we could bring that up next week when we're
actually talking about it.
Yeah.
Which I don't think they would do because it relies on their R-rated movie so much.
Sure. Yeah. No, Deadpool, it's Marvel, it's MCU, but it's...
I mean, they did announce that Blade's supposed to be R-rated.
That movie's never going to exist, though.
I know, they've gone through how many directors now?
Never going to exist. And it shouldn't be that hard.
And the fact that the actor...
He's a half vampire who hunts vampires.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
It prints money. But the fact
They're ice skating uphill.
They're always trying to do that.
They're always trying to do that. Yeah.
But the fact that the actor who's playing Blade has almost quit at least once now.
That's good, because he's a good actor. Mahershala Ali is an excellent actor, and he's getting strung along.
We all are at this point.
Yeah, I don't know.
When I came out of Deadpool, I thought that kind of felt like a funeral for every superhero movie that was different.
That Fox did.
Yeah, for that Fox did.
It was absolutely a Fox.
But also just was different.
Yeah.
And
they tried things.
Yeah.
And now this is the formula.
Yeah, and now we're done with that, and it's all Disney formula.
Movie factory time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Automated process.
Deadpool got pushed into the machine.
Yeah, and he fought against it admirably.
Yeah, but now he's here.
And now he's here. Yeah.
And that makes Deadpool sound a lot more dour than it was. It
was actually a great
It was
film.
a lot of fun. It was a very good time.
We're going to talk about it next week.
Yes,
we can't get into it.
Anyway.
But I got that feeling from it.
A little bit. Yeah. All right, we've actually hit time, so we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. You've been listening to Nerd Overload. Thank you very much for tuning in. You can find us each and every day over at nerdoverload.com.
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, or support our Patreon. You can find all those links at links.nerdoverload.com.
There are so many ways to get in touch with us over here at Nerd Overload. You can shoot us an email at staff@nerdoverload.com. You can give us a call on the Nerd Overload hotline on its brand new number, 740-229-9562. Leave us a message and we'll play it on the show when we have time.
When we have time. There's just so much going on this week. BJ, we will play it next week, I promise.
I have a response to that
okay,
voicemail.
Cool.
Hey, in case you guys are wondering, testing is free after 9 p.m.
There you go.
No, it's free all the time. Send us text messages too.
Yeah, do that. Do anything, You can find all of our back episodes on various podcast apps, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. We're going to start putting more stuff over at YouTube. We might watch the Pokemon stage show on YouTube. It's going to be awful. Finally, I'd like to thank Parker for helping us out over at the Facebook page and David Pencil for our intro and outro. And also, next week, we're going to have a special interview. Josh Nealis is coming back on the show to talk about his next upcoming comic. We're going to talk about, all sorts of things. I think he watched Deadpool as well, so we can get him in on the conversation as well. Be sure to catch that.
We need to send him a trophy for most appearances on the show.
He's there. He's absolutely there. So, again, thank you all for tuning in, and we will be back next week.
Pizza out. I thought I had something, but I really didn't.